Broadcasting Network.
This is ADBN News. Federal government sets 2028 deadline for National Asset Registry. Nigeria secures permanent seat on African Central Bank Board. INEC excludes PDP, LP, ADC from Rivers Assembly by-elections. On the foreign scene, Prime Minister Meloni opens Italy-Africa Summit in Ethiopia. In sport, Kenya's Kipchumba wins $50,000 Lagos City Marathon. Good evening. My name is Xavier Robert. First in the news, the federal government has set 2027 to 2028 as the target period to collate all viable government-owned assets into its National Assets Registry. Minister of State for Finance Doris Uzoka Anite disclosed this after the second National Economic Council conference held on February 9 through 10 at the State House Conference Center, Abuja. She said the exercise aimed at documenting all public assets nationwide is currently about 50% complete. The announcement follows decades of losses attributed to the federal government's lack of a comprehensive inventory, a gap experts say has contributed to contract inflation, abandoned assets, and duplication of projects across government budgets. The federal government has commended Nigeria's achievement in securing a permanent seat on the board of the African Central Bank at the 39th session of the Executive of the African Union. In a statement today, Minister of Foreign Affairs Yusuf Toga described the development as a significant diplomatic and institutional milestone for the country. Toga emphasized that the decision highlights Nigeria's strategic role in shaping Africa's financial framework and promoting continental monetary integration. The appointment also extends Nigeria's representation to the board of the Technical Convergence Committee of the African Monetary Institute, the precursor to the African Central Bank. Meanwhile, Nigeria has hosted a ministerial high-level panel discussion on regional partnerships for democracy during the 39th session of the Executive Council of the African Union. Minister of Foreign Affairs Yusuf Tuga affirmed that Nigeria's participation at the 39th Executive Council reinforces the country's commitment to the African Union's goals, including economic integration, institutional development, peace, security, and democratic governance. The minister reiterated the federal government's dedication to collaborating with member states and regional bodies to advance Africa's shared prosperity and sustainable development. Still from the African Union, where Nigeria has called for a continent-wide shift toward health security sovereignty, urging African countries to build resilient and self-reliant health systems capable of protecting citizens without over-dependence on foreign aid. The appeal was made on Friday at the 39th Assembly of the African Union in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, by Vice President Kashim Shettima, who represented President Bola Tinubu. Shettima stressed that Africa's health security must no longer be tied to fragile global supply chains or the shifting priorities of external partners, emphasizing the need for stronger domestic capacity across the continent. The Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Muhammad Ali Pate, outlined reforms under the Tinubu administration, including increased domestic financing, expansion of local pharmaceutical manufacturing, and strengthened regulatory oversight.
Sovereignty in this context does not mean isolation from the world, far from it. It does not mean retreat from global cooperation. It means preparedness anchored in competence. It means the ability to prevent outbreaks where we can, to detect them swiftly when we cannot prevent them, and to respond decisively before a local crisis becomes a continental or global emergency.
Nigeria is committed to leading by example. And by 2027, under the leadership of Mr. President and the Vice President, we declared that we wanted to retrain 120,000 community health workers in the frontline nationwide, integrated with our subnational state health systems. We've already retrained almost 80,000, and we're on a path to get to the 120,000 and more.
The Director General of the Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, Dr. Jean Kaseya, commended Nigeria's leadership in advancing health reforms, but cautioned that investment in Africa's health workforce remains insufficient and fragmented.
Today, Africa is still facing a challenge: 6 million shortage of health workers. If we don't do anything, if we don't stop that, we are facing a major trouble. But we are glad that we are moving.
National Electoral Commission INEC has excluded the People's Democratic Party PDP, Labour Party LP and African Democratic Congress ADC from the February 21 by-elections for 2 Rivers State House of Assembly constituencies. Resident Electoral Commissioner in Rivers State, Gabriel Yomere, announced the development on Friday during a meeting with security agencies at the Commission's Port Harcourt office, stating that 12 candidates from 7 political parties were cleared to contest the polls. Yomere explained that the excluded parties failed to meet requirements, including conducting primaries. He assured residents of a free, fair and credible election, noting that movement of persons would be restricted on election day. All bimodal voter accreditation system (BVAS) machines have been configured and non-sensitive election materials have been received. Meanwhile, Nigeria's leading opposition parties, the PDP, NNPP and ADC, have expressed readiness for the 2027 general elections following the release of the INEC election timetable, while calling for credible and transparent polls. According to INEC, presidential and National Assembly elections are scheduled for February 20, 2027, with governorship and state assembly polls set for March 6, 2027, while the People's Democratic Party PDP confirmed its preparedness, urging members to stay focused and assuring that internal disputes would be resolved before primaries. The Nigerian National People's Party NNPP welcomed the timetable but criticized the 873.7 billion naira election budget as excessive. The African Democratic Congress ADC, on the other hand, highlighted that the credibility of the elections hinges on transparent procedures and real-time electronic result transmission, calling on INEC and the National Assembly to ensure legal clarity and technological readiness. In Nasarawa State, political goodwill and praise for the federal government dominated the scene as the All Progressives Congress APC held a solidarity rally in Lafia. The event, the Renewed Hope Ambassadors National Coordinator, Imo State Governor Hope Uzodimma, inaugurated zonal and local Renewed Hope coordinators, urging them to carry the message of President Bola Tinubu's achievements to every grassroots community. ADBN's correspondent Mario Gigi reports.
The event, held in Lafia, Nasarawa State, was a platform to appreciate President Bola Tinubu's policies and national projects.
The transformation he has brought to Nigeria.
Speaking to the newly inaugurated Renewed Hope Ambassadors, Governor Hope Uzodimma emphasized that the rally was not a campaign event, but a call for grassroots awareness of the president's achievements, including reducing food prices, increasing foreign reserves, and maintaining a stable exchange rate. Governor Uzodimma commended the federal government for declaring a state of emergency on insecurity, urging the ambassadors to preach peace and champion the message that a new Nigeria is possible under President Tinubu's leadership.
So let nobody mistake this to mean political campaign. We are here to inaugurate the Renewed Hope Ambassadors, who will give our gospel to go to the grassroots, to the wards and polling units, to inform our people of the achievements and progress of the Renewed Hope agenda under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
APC National Chairman, Professor Nintawe Yilwada, who received new members into the party, highlighted strategic national projects that directly benefit the northern region, such as the Sokoto-Badagry Road, the Abuja-Kano Rail Line, and the AKK gas pipeline. He described supporting President Tinubu as crucial for the continued development of the North.
Mr. President has favored the North more than any part of Nigeria in terms of projects, in terms of capacity. Mr. President has shown that Nigeria can be one. Mr. President has shown that Nigeria can be inclusive. He has shown that development can be distributed.
In his remarks, Nasarawa State Governor Engineer Abdullahi Sule lauded the APC administration for the progress recorded in the state, particularly in infrastructure, education, and agriculture. He encouraged citizens to continue supporting policies that promote development and growth.
The Renewed Hope agenda has come out with so many programs, so many interventions, and a lot of our people are not aware. I owe you, our local government, our ward, and our unit, Renewed Hope ambassadors, to ensure that you do that.
With renewed enthusiasm, APC supporters and Renewed Hope ambassadors in Nasarawa State are now charged with of national achievements to the grassroots, reinforcing the party's vision for a peaceful, prosperous, and united Nigeria. Mary Ujiji, ADBN News.
Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has dedicated his Man of the Year award to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, describing his much criticized weakness approach as a strategy for peace and survival. Speaking at the New Telegraph Award dinner night in Lagos on Friday, Fubara reflected on leadership challenges, political pressures, and reconciliation, stating weakness is a virtue and it pays at the right time. He thanked his family and the people of Rivers State for their patience amid prolonged political tensions. Away from that, the Federal Capital Territory Administration has signed development agreements of Urban Broadband Limited and Akita Hills Limited for the development of a major recreational hub at Jabi Lake in Abuja. Speaking during the signing ceremony, the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike described Abuja as one of the fastest growing cities in Africa and an ideal location for world-class recreational infrastructure. FCT correspondent Naomi Oleribe now has the report.
Barrister Nyesom Wike, Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, warned that the administration would no longer tolerate land hoarding, stressing that allottees must commence development within 6 months or risk revocation.
Prior to this period, people applied for land. Some people said for mixed development. Some people say for active recreation. Before you know it, they again apply to government for other things or become land speculators going to sell government land. This particular assignment today is to let the public know that it is no longer going to be business as usual. This is a strategic land situated at Jabi, where we have the Jabi Lake. Ordinarily, in a country that means well, we shouldn't have had a place up to now where miscreants are taking over.
Representatives of Suburban Broadband Limited, Mr. Pankaj Kandawal, described the agreement as a landmark for the company, noting that the project represents a significant investment expected to drive socio-economic growth and create employment opportunities in the FCT.
The project will bring significant foreign investment into Nigeria, create meaningful jobs, opportunities for Nigerian people, and contribute to the continuous growth and development of Abuja as modern, globally connected capital city. We are committed to building infrastructure that will support innovation, connectivity, and economic expansion within FCT.
As part of the ceremony, the minister presented certificates of occupancy to the representatives of both companies, formalizing the partnership aimed at transforming Jabi Lake into a premier recreation and tourism hub. Naomi Oleribe, ADBN News.
And while the Minister of State for the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Dr. Maria Mahmood, has called for moral leadership and stronger institutions, describing a committed and ethical civil service as the foundation of sustainable national development. Dr. Mahmood made the remarks in Abuja at an official book launch in Abuja, where she noted that critical publications collectively reflect Nigeria's governance journey, institutional reforms, and the values that underpin effective public service. Again, FCT correspondent Naomi Oleribe has details.
In her address, Minister of State for the FCT, Dr. Maria Mahmood, reaffirmed that civil servants play a critical role in national progress and urged them to uphold integrity and competence in the discharge of their duties.
The evolution and development of the Federal Capital Territory provides a critical documentation of Abuja's transformation, offering valuable insight into the vision, planning, and governance that continue to shape the Nigerian capital city. It is a significant contribution to policy discourse and urban development literature. When the spirit whispers takes us beyond governance into introspection, reminding us of the importance of moral clarity, purpose, and inner conviction in leadership and daily life.
In her remarks, Dr. Jumai Amadu, who serves as Acting Director of FCT Reform Coordination and Service Improvement and also author of the 3 books, described the books as a reflection of her 28-year journey in civil service.
People will read it and they'll feel as if they are living back to 1976. That is why this is very important. The other book, When the Spirit Whisper, is about daily happenings that happened to me. I put them down. Then the other book is the Steward of the Nations, the contribution of the civil servants to the development of the country. Because civil servants are the people that translate the politicians' policies into tangible action that the citizenry benefits.
Dr. Madu expressed hopes that the books will inspire deeper commitment, governance, ethical service, and purposeful living among public servants and the younger generation. Naomi Oleribe, ADBN News.
Away from that, the wife of the Anambra State Governor, Dr. Nonye Soludo, has joined millions across the country in celebrating Valentine's Day, urging Nigerians to spend the day with loved ones and extend acts of kindness to those around them. In a statement released on Saturday, the Anambra First Lady, who is also the founder of the NGO Healthy Living with Nonye Soludo, emphasized the power of words and actions that convey genuine affection. She noted that even a small act of love can leave a lasting and meaningful impact. Soludo encouraged citizens to celebrate the occasion with open hearts, free from hate, on kindness and inhumanity, highlighting that the true essence of Valentine's Day lies in compassion and sincere love for others. The executive chairman of the Federal Character Commission, Hulayat Montunrayo Omidiran, has emphasized the role of digital innovation and interagency collaboration in enhancing transparency, accountability, and inclusive governance in Nigeria's public institutions. Omidiran made the remarks while receiving NITA Director General Kashifu Nuhu Abdullahi and his delegation at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja, highlighting that technology-driven systems would strengthen compliance, monitoring, fair representation, and national cohesion. Abdullahi commended the leadership of the Commission and stressed that digital transformation and aligned regulatory frameworks are key to improving efficiency across ministries, departments, and agencies. The federal government has announced that President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda will complete the National Fire Academy Sheda Abuja with a 3,000 student capacity by June 2026 to strengthen fire safety and institutional capacity. The Minister of Interior, Dr. Lubumi Tunji-Ojo, who inspected the project with Permanent Secretary Dolin Ajani, said the academy, which includes classrooms, training grounds, residential quarters, a library, and operational units is 65% complete. The minister highlighted that the Shedder community and Kwali Area Council have allocated an additional 13 hectares for future expansion, aiming to position the academy as a professional paramilitary training institute for Nigeria and the West African sub-region.
So we want to make it a really big thing, and as you can see, it's about 10 hectares of land, and with the arrangement we just made with the council and the traditional institution, we're getting another 13 hectares to make it 23 hectares to really make this a hub, for capacity building. We sincerely believe this is a huge one for Mr. President. A huge one for this administration, because capacity building is key, and we understand that in this era, fire is not just about a fire service. Fire service should not just be about fire; it should be about emergency response and management.
The Controller General of the Federal Fire Service, Mr. Olumode Samuel Adeyemi, noted the service's 11,000-strong workforce is ready to ensure smooth operations, noting that the Academy will enhance emergency response, search and rescue capabilities, and fire safety training, protecting lives, property, and national assets.
This Fire Academy, here we have Firehouse, which is, we don't have such in West Africa, where you can carry out search and rescue. So that one enough. Then here we have accommodation that can take about 3,000 participants at a go. There's no academy like that. So with this, I think is a big project. It's a laudable project for Mr. President.
The state government has intensified efforts against street begging following the arrest of a suspected bandit disguised as a beggar in Ifalodun local government area. Commissioner for Social Development Hajia Mariam Nafatima Imam disclosed the development during a monitoring exercise in Ilorin, describing it as a serious security breach. She stressed that while the government supports vulnerables through rehabilitation and empowerment programs, criminal exploitation under the guise of begging will not be tolerated. Hajim Imam urged residents to remain vigilant, report suspicious activities, and support vulnerable persons only through government-approved platforms. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Y.D. Chwaibu, has inaugurated 3 renovated blocks of family flats at Ribadu Cantonment, Kaduna, improving soldiers' welfare. Represented by Major General Abubakar, Chwaibu noted that the blocks previously deteriorated had been refurbished to provide safe and comfortable housing. He urged residents to maintain the facilities for sustainability.
On behalf of the Chief of Army Staff, I present you your newly renovated block, and I hope you enjoy the stay here. Maintain the block. You see, we have done a very good work. So you must maintain the facility. Okay? You can't say because your husband is not around, you will not take part in the fatigue. Are you hearing me? If you refuse to do the fatigue, we will have to take measures against you. Is that clear?
The General Officer commanding 1 Division, represented by his Chief of Staff, Brigadier General Timothy Oporum, commended the Army Chief for addressing the housing deficit within the cantonment. He described the initiative as a strategic step towards improving combat readiness, noting that prioritizing soldiers' welfare directly impacts morale and operational performance.
Just commissioned 3 newly renovated blocks. There were soldiers occupying these blocks previously, and when the blocks deteriorated and there was need for them to leave so that the blocks could be renovated, it is in line with that the Chief of Army Staff approved funds for renovation of blocks, and this has always been the case in line with his vision and his vision for the Nigerian Army, in which he tries to put the soldiers first and their welfare first. It is in that regard that these blocks are renovated. This is one out of so many that have been renovated, and more are still upcoming. And there are new blocks too that have been constructed from scratch to finish. Yes, to the occupants of these blocks is to maintain and ensure that these blocks that are renovated are maintained, clean, so that even when soldiers are posted out, other soldiers that will be coming in will have a good place to stay.
Beneficiaries praised the army for the renovation, describing the former state of the flats as unsafe and pledged that occupants would ensure proper up.
The chief of and the chief of the GOC want leave. In fact, they did. That is what they did for us is a good one because this is the worst block in this barrack. In as much that we did not die in this block, even when we are sleeping, you will see big stone falling. In fact, we appreciate them. May their days be long, and God will bless them, and God will protect them. They will finish their work in good health.
By renovating this block, and he has wear us a new uniform. We are going to maintain it.
We are, as a senior NCO, we are to take care and maintain, not that we'll be watching and looking, because I see that when we take advantage and by letting people to do anyhow, they will misbehave. We will maintain from the beginning to the end of this
The State Police Command has stepped up security ahead of President Bola Tinubu's visit on Monday to commission projects by Governor Madu Fintiri. In a statement, police spokesperson SB Suleiman Ngoroje said Commissioner Dankwa Morris has deployed units including the Police Mobile Force, Counter-Terrorism Unit and Surveillance Squad for enhanced and covert monitoring. Residents are urged to cooperate with security personnel and report any suspicious activities to the nearest police station. Students of the University of Benin Uniben Econ campus on Saturday blocked the school gate, protesting a 3-day power outage and lack of water. The disruption left staff, vendors and visitors stranded as students expressed frustration over the failed campus management to provide basic amenities despite paying fees. Deputy Vice Chancellor Professor Adeshina Yinda assured students that water would be restored and electricity issues addressed, but the protesters refused to open the gate until water was available. The Nigeria Customs Service has announced plans to go fully paperless by the second quarter of 2026, aiming to eliminate delays, reduce cargo dwell time, and ensure only legitimate goods enter free circulation. The announcement was made in Lagos by Controller General Adewale Adeniyi during the launch of the One-Stop Shop initiative, themed Enhancing Trade Facilitation through Integrated Risk Intervention, Faster Clearance Process and Efficient Dispute Resolution. Adeniyi explained that the initiative platform will centralize clearance, documentation and approvals, targeting a 48-hour clearance window, lower compliance costs, stronger revenue assurance, and enhanced transparency. He described the initiative as a technology-driven, smarter approach that consolidates all customs units under one operational roof, enabling joint reviews, coordinated inspections, and digital tracking to reduce bureaucratic bottlenecks at ports. Operatives of the Nigeria Customs Service Ogun Area 1 Command, Idiroko, have intercepted 4 live pangolins from suspected smugglers along the Yamamota, Abulebo and Ebute-Ibora axis. According to Chado Zakari, Deputy Superintendent of Customs and Public Relations Officer of the command, the animals, kept in wire mesh cages and concealed in a sack, were discovered around 3 a.m. on Thursday after customs operatives stopped a motorcycle along the Yamamota-Ibora route. Zakari said the operation reflects the command's commitment to the on international trade in endangered species of wild fauna and flora, and commended the operators for their courage and professionalism. Afeni reiterated the command's vigilance against trans-border crimes, emphasizing its readiness to combat illegal wildlife trafficking and warning smugglers to desist. The chairman of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, Brigadier General Muhammad Buba Marwa, retired, has reaffirmed Nigeria's commitment to international cooperation in combating illicit drugs and transnational organized crime. Marwa made the statement during the graduation ceremony of NDLEA officers at the USDA Training Academy in Quantico, Virginia, noting the cause honored fallen officers who sacrificed their lives in line of duty. He highlighted the course motto, "Different nations, shared duty, one fight," emphasizing the need for a unified, intelligence-driven global response to criminal networks. The training brought together elite officers from Nigeria, Ghana, and Kenya, equipping them with advanced skills to disrupt drug trafficking and organized crime across the region. The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps NSCDC Kaduna State Command has warned contractors, construction firms and the public against damaging fiber optic cables across the state. State Commandant Pana Musa issued the warning during a press briefing on Friday, emphasizing that protecting critical national assets and infrastructure is a core mandate of the Corps. He noted that fiber optic cables are vital to national communication and economic activities, and that damaging them constitutes an offense under the Critical National Infrastructure Order 2024. Musa urged contractors to exercise caution during construction or excavation near fiber optic installations and appealed to residents to report any suspicious activity. 19 suspected illegal miners have been arrested in Zuzungi Kataregi village, Niger State, following an ambush on a joint security patrol that left a police officer dead, another injured, and a patrol vehicle burned. In a statement on Saturday, the police spokesman Wasiu Abiodun confirmed the arrests on Friday, while the NSCDC described the attack as a criminal and barbaric assault on national authority and economic stability. The federal government has vowed to intensify its crackdown on illegal mining and bring the perpetrators to justice. You're watching ADBN News at 7. Stay with us for more stories after this breather.
For your news on the go, ADBN is everywhere you are. Stay connected with us across all our social media and streaming platforms for exclusive news updates, captivating stories, and more. Join the ADBN community today via our various platforms. An Avo TV app, ADBN Channel 121, Niger TV app, ADBN TV, Linuxville TV app. To get the latest news straight to your phone, join our WhatsApp TV channel. Just search for ADBN TV and hit the follow button. Turn on your notification to stay updated and never miss any part of the experience. Stay in the conversation with us across social media handles. On X at ADBN TV, Instagram at ADBN TV, Facebook ADBN TV, YouTube ADBN TV. Keep visiting our website on www.adbntv.com. Watch us live anytime, anywhere. ADBN TV, a part of you.
Thanks for staying. And now the rest of the news. House of Representatives Committee on Infectious Diseases has directed the National Agency for the Control of AIDS, NACA, to submit detailed documents on the disbursement of international grants used to strengthen Nigeria's public health system. Chairman of the committee, Honorable Amobi Oga, gave the directive during the agency's 2026 budget defense session at the National Assembly. Director General of NACA, Dr. Temitope Lori, appeared before the panel to present the agency's 2026 budget proposal and provide an overview of its programs supported by donor funding, highlighting ongoing interventions targeted at disease control and health system strengthening.
This year, 1,616,339. That's the personnel. So page 5 shows the summary of our budget performance for the year 2025. For overhead, we were granted provide for 10 months out of the 12 months, and it was at the old rate of the 2024 budget analysis. So our performance is 68%. For capital projects, it was only about 30% of the constituency project was granted, and that amounted to about 2.5% of our performance. And just note that the money is not yet released, but we have warrants for 30% of the constituency project.
Assured that the National Assembly would ensure full implementation of the 2026 budget, stressing that shortcomings observed in the execution of the 2025 budget would not reoccur.
The past year has been a very difficult and challenging year for our country, as we witness virtually 0% budget implementation. It is our hope that this anomaly will be addressed going forward so that confidence can be restored in our government, and our people will continue to reap the dividends of democracy, which we are all aspire to represent our people.
The Constitution empowers that we oversight, in fact, empowers us with all appropriation, whether federal government funds from consolidated revenue or whether grants, anything as long as it is being appropriated for work by government entities, the parliament is supposed to do that. So you can understand why we're a little concerned about funds showing up on our position that we don't have oversight of.
State where the government has called for a coordinated response from stakeholders following a Lassa fever outbreak that has claimed 6 lives in the state. Speaking on the Commissioner for Health, Dr. Cyril Shomole confirmed 28 laboratory recorded cases, noting that the surge, particularly in Esako West and Esan West local government areas, indicates sustained community transmission requiring urgent intervention. Shomole said the state has taken proactive measures, including donating Lassa fever treatment packs to the specialist teaching hospital. He also announced the activation of all pillars of the Edo State Public Health Emergency Operations Center to be coordinated by the Director of Public Health, with daily situation reports submitted directly to the Commissioner. The Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation (NDIC) has reassured the public that Nigerian banks remain strong, confirming that over 80% of Heritage Bank depositors have been reimbursed following its liquidation. Speaking in Minna, Niger State, during National World Savings Day, Mr. Zayad Abubakar of the NDIC Bank Examination Unit highlighted that digital systems, including the BVN, enable depositors to be paid within 5 days of license revocation. Abubakar emphasized that recent bank recapitalization initiatives, including the 500 billion naira benchmark for international banks, strengthen buffers rather than indicate this. Noted that the NDIC addressed 85 complaints on excess bank charges last year, while fraud and PIN compromises are handled by the CBN, EFCC, or police. The National Orientation Agency and the Securities and Exchange Commission have strengthened their effort to enhance of investment opportunities in Nigeria. According to Paul Odenyi, Deputy Director of Media and Communication at the National Orientation Agency (NOA), to deepen Nigerians' understanding of the financial system and encourage wider participation. The Director General of the agency, Lonre Isao Nilu, highlighted its efforts in improving oversight, strengthening investor confidence, and expressed concern over the proliferation of concepts linking them to a gap in the nation's value system. The Security and Exchange Commission's Director General, Imomotimi Agama, stated that as the apex regulator of Nigeria's capital market, the Commission oversees the Nigerian Exchange Group and other investment platforms. The Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is scheduled to attend the 2026 Interdenominational Divine Service of the Christian Association of Nigeria (CAN) Lagos State Chapter. Speaking at a press briefing, CAN Lagos Chairman Stephen Adebite highlighted current national challenges such as inflation and economic reforms, noting efforts by President Bola Tinubu to stabilize the economy and promote sustainable growth. Adebite described the service as a spiritual convocation uniting Catholic, Protestant, Pentecostal, Evangelical, and instituted churches in prayer for Lagos and the nation. President Bola Tinubu has described former head of state General Murtala Ramat Mohammed as a lasting moral compass for Nigeria and Africa, highlighting his courage, discipline, and visionary leadership despite a brief 201-day administration. Secretary to the federal government, Senator George Akume, at the 50th memorial anniversary of the late leader, Tinubu praised Mohammed's reforms, including civil service restructuring, the conceptualization of Abuja as the FCT, and steps towards civil rule. He also recalled Mohammed's defining 1976 OAU speech in Addis Ababa, noting Nigeria's role in supporting liberation struggles in Angola and Mozambique and promoting Africa First policies toward war. Tinubu urged African leaders to uphold Mohammed's ideals of accountable governance, conflict resolution, poverty reduction, and economic transformation, emphasizing that honoring his memory requires renewed commitment to service, integrity, and patriotism. President of the 10th Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has reaffirmed his support for the family of the late Senator Okechukwu Cleophas Ezia during a condolence visit to Igboeze South local government area of Enugu State. Akpabio described the passing of the lawyer as a profound loss, not only to the Senate, but to the nation as a whole, assuring the family of the National Assembly's solidarity in their grief. The late Senator Ezia, who represented his constituency in the 10th Senate until his death on November 18, 2025, was eulogized as a dedicated legislator to national development and public service. The Senate President further noted that the deceased calm and gentle disposition earned him admiration and respect from colleagues across party lines.
This committee, we conclude with you, and we know that more exams will be raised from there, and more great men will be raised from there to develop not just the Nsukka community, not just in Enugu State, but the whole of Nigeria. Amen. And I will continue to stand by you. This is to show you that your father was very well loved in the 10th Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He made his mark. He was a very quiet man, a great achiever. Our prayer is that all the good things he planned to do, which he did not accomplish on earth, you all will do for him and for the community in Jesus' name.
Other senators and top dignitaries accompanied to pay their last respects to the deceased. On the foreign scene, Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni arrived in Addis Ababa on Friday for the second Italy-Africa summit, marking the first such meeting held on African soil. Speaking to dozens of African leaders, Meloni emphasized that Italy has no interest in exploiting migration to obtain cheap labor for its industries. She pledged instead to address the root causes driving young Africans to leave their countries, enabling them to contribute to their own nation's development. The summit also reviewed progress under the Mattei Plan, launched in 2024, to shift Italy's engagement in Africa from traditional aid toward investment-led collaboration. Guinea-Bissau's main opposition leader, Domingos Simões Pereira, appeared before a military court on Friday over allegations of involvement in multiple coup attempts, claims his team insists are politically motivated. Pereira, head of the historic PAIGC, which led the country to independence in 1974, was questioned over his alleged role in at least 2 coup plots, one in late 2023 and another in October 2025. He was first arrested during the November 2025 military coup that toppled President Umaru Sissoco Embalo, although released on January 31. He remains under house arrest, facing separate investigations into alleged financial crimes and barred from making public statements. The United Kingdom has announced that visitors requiring a visa will no longer receive physical documents starting February 25, 2026. According to UK Visas and Immigration, travelers will now be issued an electronic visa accessible through a UK VI account prior to travel. The move replaces physical immigration documents, including biometric residence permits, biometric residence cards, and passport stamps or vignettes. Travelers will receive an e-visa upon successful visa or entry permission applications, which must be viewed via their UK VI account before traveling to the UK. In the meantime, United Kingdom Prime Minister Keir Starmer has announced plans to deploy a fleet of warships and fighter jets to the Arctic in 2026 in a move involving the United States, Canada, and other NATO allies. The Prime Minister at the Munich Security Conference emphasized the need for the UK to strengthen deeper links with the European Union, highlighting ongoing security and strategic cooperation. Meanwhile, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky stressed that European unity remains the best interceptor against Russian aggression. He also criticized the United States for prioritizing Ukrainian concessions rather than addressing Russia's actions. Meanwhile, the UK and its European allies have stated that Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny was killed using a poison derived from dart frog toxin. 2 years after Navalny's death at a Siberian penal colony, British authorities and their European counterparts have attributed responsibility following analysis of material samples collected from his body. The UK Foreign Office said there is no plausible explanation for the presence of the toxin known as epibatidine in the samples. Addressing the issue at the Munich Security Conference, Foreign Secretary Yvette Cooper stated that only the Russian government had the means, motive, and opportunity to deploy this lethal toxin against Alexei Navalny during his imprisonment in Russia. Now in sports, Kenya's Ezra Kipchumba Kering won the 11th edition of the Lagos City Marathon on Saturday, finishing with a time of 2 hours, 11 minutes 55 Atlantic City and securing the $50 winner's prize. Uganda's athletes completed the men's podium, with Lomoy Samuel finishing second in 2 hours, 11 minutes and 59 seconds, and Namutala Kefa Lumbasi taking third in 2 hours, 12 minutes, 25 seconds. In the women's category, Ethiopia's Dinke Maseret Meleka claimed first place with a time of 2 hours, 37 minutes, 36 seconds. She was followed closely by Kenya's Daniel Flomena Chayek in 2 hours, 37 minutes, 43 seconds, while Ethiopia's Geto Zendalem finished third in 2 hours, 38 minutes, 59 seconds. Away from that, 12-time NBA All-Star Chris Paul has announced his retirement following his release by the Toronto Raptors, ending a 20-year career in the league. The 40-year-old point guard appeared in 1,370 NBA games, averaging 16.8 points, 9.2 assists, 4.4 rebounds, and 2.0 steals per game. Paul played for the New Orleans Hornets, Houston Rockets, Oklahoma City Thunder, Phoenix Suns, Golden State Warriors, San Antonio Spurs, Los Angeles Clippers, and Toronto Raptors during his career. That's it on ADBN TV News. Remember to watch us live on DSTV channel 258 and Star Times channel 140, Avo TV app, Limex World TV app, and Niger TV app. For more stories, kindly visit our website at adbntv.com. You can also watch us live from every part of the world by logging on to adbntv.com/live. Xavier Robert, thanks for watching. Good evening.
ADBN, Advocate Broadcasting Network.
10 singles step into the love pad where love isn't just found, it's tested.
Along.
Lines blur, desire takes over, and jealousy hits harder than any storm.
I'm jealous, and that's not something I hide.
Some find romance they've waited for their whole lives, and where there's love, there's bound to be heartbreak. In the Love Pad, every heartbeat counts, but in the end, who will find true love?
We're kicking your year off in all her glory with more because we've got you. You know that I got it. I get it. We got kicks. We got scores. We got action. We got roars. It's my specialty. We got drama. We got fun. Crazy. We got more for everyone. Bingo. You know that I got it. You know that I got it. Come get it. Come get with us and stick with us too. And boom, there's an upgrade on us just for you.
We got you.
More channels, more shows, more reasons to stay. Perfect. For the fam, for the crew, more for you every day. Yes, we've got more of everything you need to start your year with extra joy. Thank you. DSTV, we've got you all the way. You know that I got it.
The winner is?
And the winner is?
The Africa Magic Viewers' Choice Awards is back. And on this historic 12th edition, we're not just raising the bar.
Africa Machan.
We are redefining African excellence. From south to west, east to north, and Central Africa, all of Africa is invited. This is your stage. Do you have a film or television project that moved hearts, sparked your conversations, or shifted culture? Now is your moment. Submit your work at www.africamagic.tv/AMVCA. Entries open from 11th January to 15th February 2026. Your story deserves the spotlight. Africa is watching. The 12th edition of the Africa Magic Viewers' Choice Awards is brought to you by Africa Magic in association with MultiChoice. Proudly sponsored by Don Julio.
For your news on the go, ADBN is everywhere you are. Stay connected with us across all our social media and streaming platforms for exclusive news updates, captivating stories, and more. Join the ADBN community today via our various platforms. Anavo TV app, ADBN Channel 121, Niger TV app, ADBN TV, Linuxwell TV app. To get the latest news straight to your phone, join our WhatsApp TV channel. Just search for ADBN TV and hit the follow button. Turn on your notification to stay updated and never miss any part of the experience. Stay in the conversation with us across social media handles. On X at ADBN TV. Instagram at ADBN TV, Facebook ADBN TV, YouTube ADBN TV. Keep visiting our website on www.adbntv.com. Watch us live anytime, anywhere. ADBN TV, a part of you.
Do you know what Gamalin 20 is? It is a dangerous chemical pesticide never meant for human consumption. Sadly, some fishermen illegally use Gamalin 20 to catch fish, poisoning not just the water, but the food on your plate. Here's how to spot fish caught with Gamalin 20. Fish that look unusually fresh but stiff. A strange chemical smell, sometimes like kerosene, when cooked. Pale or bleached gills, peeling scales, or sunken eyes. Eating such fish can cause nausea, vomiting, and even damage your liver and kidneys. In severe cases, it can lead to life-threatening health complications. Remember, using Gamalin 20 for fishing is a crime. It harms people, rivers, and marine life. Protect your health. Buy fish only from trusted sellers. Report suspicious fishing practices to the authorities. Together, let's keep our waters safe and our meals healthy.
It doesn't take a pandemic or an epidemic to know that clean hands save lives. Hand washing is essential anytime, anywhere to protect your health. So keep washing your hands, not just when they're dirty, but even on the go. Stay safe, stay healthy, keep your hands clean.
In a world constantly in flux, news moves fast, stories collide, opinions swirl. Who helps you make sense of it all?
It's me, ADBN, of course. Every week, I take you beyond the headlines, cutting through the maze, asking the tough questions, and spotlighting the stories shaping our world.
From politics to culture, business to global affairs, community pulse to everything that defines human existence, News Eddies brings you the currents that matter. Stay informed, stay ahead.
Join me, ADBN, for News Eddies, 9 p.m. every Sunday on ADBN TV.
Welcome to FCT in Focus, your window to the vibrant heartbeat of Nigeria's capital. We dive deep into the core of the FCT, exploring how key policies and decisions shape lives across the city. From exclusive insights into the FCT administration to voices from the streets, we bring you stories that matter. Catch FCT in Focus every Saturday and Sunday at noon. Tune in for the latest stories directly from the nation's hearts.
Welcome to the Niger Delta, a region of incredible beauty and stark contrast. From its breathtaking landscapes to its rich cultural heritage, this is a place where history and modernity collide. But beneath this serene surface lies a story of struggle and resilience. The Niger Delta is the lifeblood of Nigeria's economy, home to vast oil reserves that fuel the nation, yet it is a land where the people fight for their share of the wealth. Join us on the program Niger Delta Today as we explore the heart of the Niger Delta, discover the vibrant cultures, the struggles for environmental justice, and the stories of the people who call this place home. This is the Niger Delta, a land of contrast, a story of resilience, a journey of hope. Don't miss our exclusive series, Niger Delta Today, every day at 12 noon, only on ADBN TV. Witness the untold stories, experience the journey, be part of the change.
The overall function of the parliament is adequate representation of their constituents in state echoes to federation.